ever wondered how heavy a fish tank actually is? A fish tank is so heavy that it cannot hold its own weight. Back up, let me explain. If you fill up a fish tank with water, now fish tank filled with water, of course, not reptiles, so fish tank, fish, water, fish, right? Fish tank filled with water, if you should lift up the tank, right, on the sides, of course, the bottom of the tank can give way, right? Not only if the bottom doesn't give way, the seams or the glue that holds the tank together will be so weak that if you should try that again, it will give way. It just can't hold its own weight when filled with water. That's how heavy a fish tank is. Welcome to Manny's Reef, man. This is Fun Reef Farm. So excited to be here again for another episode on how we build our fish tanks. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build a fish tank stand. Like we said earlier, fish tanks are so heavy that they cannot just be on their own. They have to be placed on something. So they place them on different stands, you know. Now there are different types of stands. There's your wooden stand. You can make stand out of wood. You can make stand out of steel. You know, you can make stand out of aluminum. So you can make stand, but you want your stand to be sturdy enough to hold the weight of whatever the fish tank can handle. Because the fish tank is basically holding the water, but the weight of the entire system sits on the stand that you build. Without wasting much time, let's go ahead and dive into it. Enjoy. So the first thing that I did was try to choose a position of where I want the tank to be. I kind of chose this position because it's like right here by the living room. I spend most time here with my family, so I get to see the tank more often. I got the measurement of the area, you know, the curves to see if it fits the tank, the nice spot for where the tank should be. Also took into consideration that the tank would be by the window, which will give room for algae growth, and I've tried to figure out how to fix that. After I chose where I wanted the tank to be, I went ahead and put all of my tools together. In this case, we have our sander, which we're going to use to sand this plywood. Our plywood, and got plywood from Home Depot, and the sander pretty much comes later on in it towards the end of the job. I got some clamps that will help us hold the wood together. Now, by the time of this video, I pretty much built the wood, so I just did this because I wanted to show you how I use this tool called the Craig tool. The Craig tool really pretty much made the build very stable. So I got some sample wood, you know, I cut up some sample wood just so I can show you how, you know, how we use the Craig tool. Now remember, there are different types of ways you can build your stand. You can use you can pretty much just drill a nail through the wood, you know, and put your nails together. You can use a straight nail like this one and just drill it straight through the wood, and remember, of course, to pre-drill so you don't crack the wood. The difference with this and the Craig tool is the Craig tool kind of helps you drill the hole at an angle, so it's not really necessarily straight, but it's like at an angle just well enough to create more stability and more durability. And this is how we use our Craig tool. The first thing that we did is bring out the holes, and this has like holes and have like different measurements on it with your hole size. So what you want to do is know the size of your wood, and then you can find the hole, you know, on this hole right here. In our case, I think it was like a 1/2 inch, and then you once you choose the hole, you put it on use a clamp to hold the tool to the wood on the side, just like this. And then after you clamp it together, make sure that the clamp is, you know, tight, pretty much tight and secured. Now you're gonna get the pre-drill just like you would in a straight hole. Pre-drill in your hole, use the pre-drill. The pre-drill also have different measurement on it. Just make sure that the hole that you have for the pre-drill matches the hole on the Craig tool that you have set, pretty much, which is the hole for the sides, you know, which pretty much according to the size of the wood that you have. Once you do that, you can take it out, dust out the sawdust that would have built up from the tools and from your pre-drilling. Then you can go ahead and switch from pre-drilling to the actual screwdriver, I guess you can call it. Craig tool has its own special screws which will fit in that screw. It has like its own special head, and you go ahead and feed it through the holes. Now I must say there were some part where while I was building the stands that after I made the square, this square, there were some parts that were like hard to reach. Just remember to, there's two types of long head screw. You can use the long one, the screw head. You can use the long one or the short one. The short one pretty much helps you maneuver through places. And there we go. After I finished, I pretty much did put the whole box together. And there's baby girl right there, making sure that she can reach the top of I measured it to her height to make sure she can reach the top of the tank. And this is what the tank looked like, on the stand looks like on one of the stands. And then I went ahead and added some foot to it, to make it even more strong. After we're done, this is what the finished product looked like. We have a wrap, and we have 3 other stands on the side. I went ahead and brought it in to see how it's going to look like inside, to make sure everything fits, all the measurements were right, and everything actually turned out really great. I was really happy to see this measurement. So here was the plan. I had planned to have a rock tank in the bottom here, tank that holds rock, the medias for filtration, and above it would be, a mantis shrimp tank, the main display, the seahorse tank right here, and an anemone tank up here. The sump will be right here. Right here was going to be empty, and then down here I plan to have, the ATO, the chiller, whatever would fit. And I also wanted to build a macroalgae scrubber or algae scrubber to fit up there, to build a drawer around the section. Done.
Yeah. It's 7 o'clock. Yeah. It's time to go. Yeah. We gotta go and I go with you. Yeah.
Yes, you going and you going and you going, we all going, all right. So the next thing we did was to bring the tanks in to see, and I wanted to see how the flow would go with each other. So I used the bricks to hold the tanks in. Once I got that, I got the measurement and built a stand to lift the tank up so water can flow through gravity from the seahorse tank down to the sump. And after we were done with that, when I got this tool, the purpose of this tool was to start making the front of the tank. We wanted to make one smooth finish in front, and this was what it turned out like. Basically, we drill a hole in the middle of we put a plywood up to cover the whole thing, and then we use that, I think it's called a reamer, to like ream around where we want the hole to be. And this is what it came out to be. Came out looking really nice. Now the idea was I want those seahorse tank to be visible, so I left that opening. We also went to Home Depot and Lowe's and got these little decorations that we're gonna add around the tank and make like a trim. I think they call some of the rope, wood rope. Came out really nice. So we went and selected the rope that we wanted. This is how it came out after we installed it. We put the thin one around it, put the thick one in the, underneath the thin one. We also put one in the middle, and then we went ahead and made the drawer, make sure the drawer aligned, and it was looking really good. Now once the trim was done, this was going to be for the algae scrubber tank that we talked about earlier, and we went ahead and put everything inside back in the house to make sure they all fit. And this is how everything was looking. It was looking really neat. I wanted a seamless flow from one stand to the other. I wanted it to look as much as one piece of furniture as possible, and it came out really nice. I was really excited. Even the drawer also had its own little trim. Everything had its trim. And after that, we did put the trim on the doors. We made space in the middle of the doors with that reamer like we talked about. We made space in the middle for glass. The plan also puts glass. This the seahorse tank will have a see-through glass, while every other tank will have some kind of like non-see-through glass. I wanted to have a LED behind the stand, so I wanted to be able to see the light when it comes on. However, I didn't want to see what's behind the tank because it was one of the doors was going to be rock tank, One of them was gonna be the sump, but everything came out. The trim was looking really nice, and then on the doors we also put a crown on it to make it look more elegant, because I didn't just want a plain box for a fish tank stand. I wanted some kind of furniture. Once we're comfortable with our build, went ahead and started painting. I got this cheap spray paint from Harbor Freight, I think. For simple small projects like this, cheap spray paint does justice. If you're looking to build a bigger project like a big house, you want something more advanced. Also, I was done with painting. I brought them in the house, and now everything is starting to take shape. Everything is starting to, your vision is just this beautiful feeling when your vision starts to come to light. Your vision and your imagination starts to come true. Unfortunately, we couldn't put the drawers inside some of the plants as the stands as we planned, because we had to lift each tank for gravity to take place. And besides that, everything was looking really nice, and we did get certain storage spaces on the bottom of the tank, and that kind of helped replace the drawers anyway. It gave us a lot of storage space, and everything just fit as perfectly. The wood was right by the wall, the piano wasn't affecting it. Everything was just beautiful. So after we brought everything in and we liked how it looked, we went ahead and installed the LED, and voila, this look was so spectacular. I just loved it. I could watch this for all day. Hey man, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to go ahead and subscribe, please don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can get updated as more videos come up, because there's so much more to this build and so many more goodies to come, man. Go ahead and follow us on Instagram at FunReefer, and also on TikTok at FunReefer, and also right here on YouTube at FunReefer. As usual, stay blessed, and I'll catch you on the rebound. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.